Yes, hello everyone, welcome to The Last Word. This is a common thing now. Newcastle have won yet again. Yes, hello everyone, welcome to The Last Words. I said that very slow there, like I was stuttering, because Newcastle are definitely not stuttering. I'm joined by Johnny, I'm joined by Sam. Carl's going to join in at some point as well. He may have to ship up. But Newcastle...
Carl gets older, he looks more and more like a drug dealer.
Looks like a Colombian cartel, doesn't he? Carl, just get yourself in the video. We're just literally just started. You might have to bunch up as well. It's Newcastle are sitting third. We'll talk.
Every week's a fucking party.
We'll bring up the league table later on in the video. We'll hear from Eddie Howe as well. But the fans are actually going home absolutely nuts at the moment. Johnny, I'll come to you with the lineup. And we were talking beforehand. Would there be many changes on the left? It was Joe Willock on the left, and what a performance! Yeah,
it was. I thought Joe Linton played most of it on the left-hand side to start with.
We've seen that now a couple of games where they keep mixing the two.
Yeah, which is fine. I don't mind that at all. But in regards to the actual lineup, we were kind of undecided whether it's going to be Jacob Murphy or Joe Linton, because obviously Joe Linton come back from the suspension. But I think it was the right decision to bring Joe Linton in for this game. Nothing against Jacob Murphy's performance last week. I just think we needed a bit more grit and a bit more steel from that left-hand side to really stop Chelsea on the right-hand side. But no, I'm happy. I was happy with the starting 11. I did think fatigue might be a bit of an issue towards the end, because obviously we have been playing a lot of games. But
Wilson on the bench, were you surprised at
a
that?
little bit, but again, if he hasn't done a lot of training this week, Chris Wood, obviously he's played 90 minutes pretty much on Wednesday, so he's relatively match fit. No, I wasn't disappointed about it. I understood the reasons.
Sam, I'll come to you. I do want to touch upon the Chelsea lineup, because that probably, from what I've seen this season, that's the weakest side on paper. Not just discredit Newcastle's win, but there's a lot of eyebrows there.
Yeah, it was a Chelsea team you'd probably expect in a Carabao Cup third round. It was certainly a bit eyebrow raising, wasn't it? When you saw, Lewis Hall, who actually had a good game, because I had that on in the background of our commentary, because there was no stream, of course, for the Palace game Wednesday. He had a very good game against Manchester City, so I was quite wary of him. It wasn't an overly strong team, but you've still got to go out there and beat them. And what they did have is a lot of quality off the bench.
It did, but it didn't come to nothing, did it, Carl? We'll talk about the first half here. I thought it was scrap. In fact, I thought that all the first half and second half was a scrappy game, but you can still hear the fans singing. I don't know if the mic's picking it up or not, but we definitely got Bruno in the middle, because that's how we kind of sing, did he? But what did you make of the game?
I think there were times where we tried to get a foothold in it and obviously control the game, trying to keep on the ball and keep possession as much as possible. But I do agree, it was very scrappy, especially in the second half. First half was still, although there weren't many clear-cut chances, I did think that we looked like the more dangerous side. The press that we had in the first half, was just
Chelsea
disgusting.
weren't in our box much, were they?
No, I can't imagine that the kind of attacking zones would be any more than 5 to 10% maximum that first half, because the press would just, we were boxing them in at every point possible. Chris Wood's work rate today was fantastic, absolutely fantastic.
Okay. No, we'll stay on that as well, because Chris Wood really gets praise. Carl, Callum Wilson's obviously getting the headlines in the England squad, but can you go into that a little bit more? Why do you think he deserves a bit of praise?
Definitely, his work rate. He was just involved in the press just as much as everyone else. And for somebody who we look at usually and isn't as mobile, I think he played to his strengths today, and that wasn't with his back to goal looking to get in behind defenders. It was chasing down the goalkeeper and leading the line, leading the press. It was fantastic.
You agree with that, Sam? Because I know you were there.
Say again, sorry?
Oh, Chris Wood?
Yeah, very good. He did a lot of the donkey work, as he did, and Carl said that the press that he was leading was very impressive for a striker that it's not known to be overly mobile. It does make all the difference when Wilson plays, and we saw that when he came on. Even when he runs, when we're defending a lead, he's going nowhere and then wins a foul. That's just intelligent forward play. But yeah, Chris Wood did very well today. I thought Bruno versus Jorginho in the midfield as well was one for the purists, but I think Brazilian flair come out on top on that one as well. Midfield's excellent. Sean Longstaff gets better every game.
He was fantastic, yeah.
He was fantastic today. Another, like Johnny said it, 2-3 weeks ago, and he's just, I think because more eyes are on him as well, his performances are getting better and better, like Sam said.
I'll tell you what as well, Maddison's gone off injured today. We don't know how serious that injury is. Conor Gallagher played today. Willock played him both off the park.
Yeah, it's a. I thought Conor Gallagher probably in touches and spells was decent, but yeah, it wasn't for Joe Willock stand-up. But Johnny will half-time 0-0. And then we came out in the second half. I still think it wasn't the greatest game of football. And Chelsea, well, did Nick Pope have a save to do? Not really, but that goal, let's talk about that goal, because there wasn't really much quality amongst it. That was a bit of quality. It
was. I'll just quickly touch on about Nick Pope did have to make one excellent save in the second half, and it was from Conor Gallagher, who we mentioned.
My memory just gone.
No, we'll mention that Conor Gallagher.
You're not in shots. You're not in shots. Looks like Baz, huh?
We've just got the coaching team that I've just seen Newcastle win, so they're in absolutely great mood. They're just straight off to town. No, in all seriousness, Conor Gallagher, it was a fantastic shot. It was well saved by Nick Pope right in the corner. But yeah, let's talk about that goal. Joe Willock. Look, Miggy Almiron deserves a lot of credit. He gets the better of the defender. You know, he could go down. There's a chance. There is a challenge on the edge of the box, but lays it on a plate with the upcoming Willock, and it's a fantastic finish, because those are the sort of shots you probably have how many in training, and you can probably put them in.
You know what? I just want to. You probably didn't see it, but in the WhatsApp, Liam said Miggy hasn't had an assist for such a long time. 70 odd games, and Liam, I know he runs a lot, but he also assists a lot and scores a lot now.
That's the difference. Yeah. That's the difference, because that was the only thing that was lacking today from both sides, was that last pass. That bit of cutting edge was lacking a bit. Joe Linton had a good first half, but there wasn't that last pass to create a chance. The keepers didn't have much to do at all today, which makes Pope's save all the more impressive, because he's had naff all else to do.
No, to go back on the goal though, that's a sort of goal I think if you're a professional footballer, you probably score loads of them in training. You know, just laying them off on the edge of the box, and it's literally.
You do it in training even before kick-off.
Exactly, and you just think, do it in the match. Hip's on his way for all the listeners.
Harry, you've missed all the videos, pal. Get yourself in.
He was in like a mosh pit down the road. He's just been escorted by police horses.
Harry, we're just talking about Joe Willock's fantastic goal, because Newcastle have just finished a 1-0 win in a Willock Wonderland.
This is a boy band. Look at this.
He's 17, isn't he? From what you're getting from your.
I haven't got the white hat on today. We'll have to be something different. Maybe the rival NSYNC.
But it was. Do you know what it was? It was a superb finish at a really critical point, because I think, if we're being honest, at 65 minutes, Graham Potter and Eddie Howe said, "Do you want to just end it now, 0-0, get both to end up with a point?" I think they both would have said, "Yeah, go on, then we'll just go and we'll join the World Cup."
Never.
I honestly do.
Never. Not anymore. Those days are gone. It's not Steve Bruce. No, never. We're always trying to look to win a game. Never mind playing out for a draw. There was still intent there. There was just a bit of quality lacking, which we got in the end. It was a brilliant, well-taken finish, and I think the scoreline is about right.
Harry, I'll come to you in a second. A lot of substitutions from both sides, but wasn't great quality. The crowd lifted and the crowd went nuts. I think it needed like a moment or a chance. Before we hear from Eddie Howe, Harry, I've just said it off camera, I think this game was too big for the referee. I know we won, but I know the referee is a fairly newcomer. I don't know his name. Does anyone know his name?
Robert Jones.
Who?
Robert Jones. Why have we're getting more and more people here? We're getting more and more people.
Well, that's his, I don't know who he is, but anyways, Irish guys are there, and 40s are there.
All the boys, you know.
all these people that want to jump in. Oh, we're going to get them. Look at them shoes, man. Look at them shoes. He's sparkling. He's like, hold me close, you tiny dancer. Harry, referee's performance. A lot of yellow cards. We've seen Lascelles get one right at the end. A lot of stop-start. Should have allowed advantage to play on. A bit of a scramble at the end between the two players. Awful performance.
Yeah, he struggled to keep it under control, didn't he? A lot of blatant, just silly small fouls that just weren't given, and the players were lying on the floor. Like, for instance, when Longstaff picked the ball up in the first half, that was a foul. But he's giving it against Longstaff for picking the ball up. Yeah, just needs to learn on experience, doesn't he? Really, I don't know too much about the referee, so it's difficult for me to judge. But I didn't think he had a great game at all. No.
I think if I was an assessor, I think he refereed the occasion rather than the match, if that makes sense. Yeah.
But it hasn't hurt because we've got picked up 3 points. Here is Eddie Howe.
I don't think we're looking to set out markers. I think it's just another step for us. We're very pleased with how we've dealt with tonight. It was a tough game. Chelsea, high-class technical team, and if you allow them time and space, they're going to really hurt you. I don't think we did that tonight. I thought we executed as I say, our defensive game plan really well, and I thought we showed our quality with the ball as well. I thought we were more than a match for them. Touch wood, yeah. Our focus was on the game, and I said that pre-match. The players can't think of anything beyond what they're doing at this moment in time, but hopefully they've all come through. Well, we've put ourselves in a very good position to hopefully kick on when the Premier League resumes, but everyone's asked, has the break come at a bad time? It probably has for us. We'd love the games to continue, but it is what it is. We'll look forward to the second half of the season.
Carl, I'll come to you this bit then. So we haven't got any more games until the Cup, but I'll say this. I don't want to say it lightly, I want to shout it. Newcastle are third!
Fucking third. I want us to be chasing. Yeah, I want us to be chasing for the fucking title at this point. Just because anything less than that is a bonus, isn't it, at the end of the day? I don't think any of us would have looked at this season to be finishing now where we are in the top four, let alone in third. And what, 2 points behind Manchester City now? Everyone should be fucking scared of us. Forget the rest of the league.
I'm scared of us.
You're scared?
I'm scared of us.
Is it, who folded who? In the 89th minute or the 92nd minute? I was nearly running 90 yards up there to get involved.
Would you have vlogged it over?
I would have, yeah.
Go on, one for the team, Carl locked up. Aye, that's something for extra. There's a series for you. Harry, I'll come to you obviously again because I annihilate the video here, but I said to you, Harry, you've been on the channel, what, nearly 2 years?
Just over a year, I think, a year and a few months.
And if I said to you, Harry, you're joining this NFTV team, and we're sitting third, we're doing videos outside St James's Park, sitting third, and we're winning week in, week out, and the only team to beat is a dodgy 98th minute goal at Anfield, which we were at.
Absolutely mental. It's absolutely mental. I'm just thinking tonight's game, Arsenal-Wolves, or Wolves-Arsenal, whichever way around, it's mental to think that we're wanting Arsenal to lose rather than Wolves to try and fight that relegation battle. It's absolutely crazy.
10 points till 40. 10 points till 40. Come on.
But we are, what, is it 4 points behind us? 3 points?
4 points off Arsenal at the minute. Obviously they're playing against Wolves, but 2 points off Man City.
It's just ridiculous. Like, we've gone from bottom to top in just over the space of a year. It's absolutely crazy. Like,
we're ahead of the curve, aren't we? Everyone agree on that? I mean, if you look at the curve, like where we were outside Wolves, remember?
We all said we'd be happy with top 10 this season. Nice little cup run, but 10th, 9th, 8th, whatever, that'll ding dang do. But look at where we are. We're heading for the Champions League.
The World Cup's coming at the wrong time.
Definitely. I thought, we spoke a couple of weeks ago, and I thought that it might do us good with everyone that's going to the World Cup, but it's going to kill the momentum, isn't it, at the end of the day? So it'd be very interesting to see how we do cope with that when we come back. But I'm sure Eddie Howe and the lads have already got their plan in place. But it is worrying, to be fair, because you just don't want it to stop, do you? Where do we end up at this point? At Christmas, if we've got 3 or 4 more games?
Now, after the move.
Sorry.
Mine over here.
I agree with Carl. I agree with Carl to a point, but I do think in the second half, I'm just going to move a little bit so you can see some shots. Sorry, that I do think we were tiring towards the end of the day, and I think if it was an international break, as in just 2 weeks, I don't think that would kill the momentum. But I do think they do need a rest. And look, Sven Botman's not going to play a proper game of football in 5.5 weeks. He looked knackered. No, Dan Byrne's not going to play a game with Sean Long and stuff. Joe Willock. We're going to have pretty much a fresh team, Miggy as well.
Well, you say that, but on the flip side, like we were saying with our guest earlier today, TBC.
It's all on the socials, you may as well.
Oh, is it? Okay, when we were talking with Lee Clark earlier today. Look,
name drop.
when we come back for the Carabao Cup, chances are we're not going to have Bruno, because the World Cup final's 3 days before. We're not going to have Bruno. We might not. I mean, if it's coming home, then we're not going to have Trippier. We're not going to have Wilson.
What about that, Leah?
I don't want to bring us down, but
killing our season off because England win the fucking World Cup.
There'll be a lot of people saying, if England don't get in the World Cup final, then those players will be mainly available. I think the only person you would say is going to play in week out from the English lads is going to be Trippier. Wilson ain't going to play a lot. Pope's only going to play if Pickford decides to throw it in, and he's now.
His experience in stoppage time, Trippier's,
unbelievable,
priceless, absolutely priceless. Because I don't know about you lads, but when the board went up for 7 minutes, obviously first I thought, well, where the hell's he got that from? And second, Anfield
like
again.
8.5 minutes he had it on.
Yeah.
I think there's two words with Kieran Trippier in terms of how he time wasting and everything, the dark arts of football. Diego Simeone.
Yeah.
They just Atletico have been absolute little shits with it for years and years and years. And you know what? I don't mind it at Newcastle. I really don't. Exactly.
I just want to talk about something that's off the pitch, where we're seeing it around Saudi.com, fly Saudi Arabia or fly Saudi. Seen electronic billboards, Harry, today that it's kind of official but unofficial. It hasn't been announced. Are we expecting something from the club the next couple of weeks or so and announcing this deal, whatever it is?
I imagine so, yeah. Obviously not much to say about that. You've seen the pictures yesterday leaked online.
Harry leaked them.
Yeah.
It was Harry, was you, wasn't it?
It was all me, yeah. No, but yeah, it's another connection to Saudi Arabia, isn't it? It's going to keep growing.
Sorry, but does anyone think it's the main sponsor for next season?
No.
What do you think it is? Like a badge? Or
I think it'll just be what you've got with what's on the sleeve.
Noon,
yeah. I think it'll be something similar to that. But I tell you what, wouldn't surprise me. Aramco maybe.
It could be because Fun 88 are done at the end of the season.
It could be, but it could also just be another billboard sponsor. You know, like Dr. Chinnick, that the Turkey.
Yeah.
So it could just be the equivalent of that. Who knows? Well, we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, but they're doing photos. I don't think you can take photos of bald men hanging around, you know, because there were attractive Asian women down there for the shoot. But yeah, we'll keep an eye on that one as well, of course. But yeah, we've got loads of videos if you haven't gone back and checked. Scoring the players, we've got the match reaction as well. Steve on the watch along, got plenty of videos. The videos don't stop. I'm at the women's tomorrow. The first team do take a break, but no doubt we'll see you in Saudi Arabia. Ooh, stay tuned for that, everyone. And of course, the home friendly against Rayo Vallecano. Ta-ra, everyone. Smash the like. Bye-bye.
Come on.